I always feel like I'm the
Oh
mouse.
no, I don't. No,
It's
it's not.
gonna. I just started it. Refresh the page or something.
There we go.
All right. The question was, what was your
Yep,
first
I can hear
video
Boone.
game? All right. Dope. All right. Mute me because I hate my voice and yeah. First question was, what was the first video game you played? And I have my next question, but I think Alex didn't answer which was the first video game. So, Alex.
First video game that I played?
Yes, first video game.
I believe the first video game I played was Duck Hunt on my dad's old SNES.
Oh man,
Nice.
fucking tier 12 naming. Like, who doesn't love Duck Hunt?
Yeah, it's great.
That's a banger video right there. Right off the rip, dog.
I love it.
Duck.
All right. Yeah, no.
All right,
Looking at
did everybody answer? No, True, you're next. What was your first video?
Oh yeah. Okay, like first video game that I owned, or I'm not sure. I mean, like first video game that I
You got a
played.
controller in your hand. What are you playing?
Oh, Christ. I mean, like, like had a controller in my hand. It would still probably be like the first one that I owned, namely Super Mario World 2 on the Game Boy Advanced.
Yeah, solid.
But wait, that's the hold on. I need to double check that I'm it's either 2 or 3. Whichever.
I don't think anybody's gonna fact check you, True. I think you're fine.
Boone, you don't know our viewers. They're
very particular.
I don't think your mom's going to be calling us up to make sure that we have it.
I may have just perjured myself.
Will fact check himself though.
Yeah.
Because I have follow-up questions for everybody. And it's
yeah.
So my next question.
Yeah.
We can keep playing, but I want everybody to describe their path through gaming up until now. So I would probably settle for like the last 7 years. But
oh god,
you could go back further if it's
qualify what you're talking about by that.
What type of game? So like,
I see.
All right. So I'll give an example. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The last 7 years of my gaming life, I would probably say Destiny 2, Smite, a lot of Call of Duty, a little bit of Overwatch. I didn't get into strategy games until now, but if I'm including now, and what I mean now is probably the last 3 years, it's a lot of 4X, a little bit of Rocket League, which is random. I'll throw that in there. But Rogue Company, a lot of Rogue Company, Civ 5 and 6, Cossacks and Age of Empires.
Okay.
This is why I said 7 years, because it's too hard to think of all of them. But a lot of Battlefield.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
And ATO most recently. Probably the most recently is 1 year with ATO. Across the office.
Right.
Makes sense. Okay, I see where you're going with it. Okay, that makes sense.
All right. So who's next?
So mine is probably the shortest. But I would say though, like overall, if you want to, like my whole gaming history, I'm not going to do all of it, but Civ alone, I probably have close to 6,000 hours in every combined all versions of Civ, because we bought the original Civilization for my mom on our Mac 2. No, it was our first Mac, like iMac or whatever. When they were trying to like make their own PC kind of version, it wasn't
The
quite
E2
Mac.
or whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't quite the Mac PC, which did come out. Anyway, we bought Civ 1 for that for my mom because my dad thought it was a history game. And I fucking loved it. So I started pouring hours into it. So I've definitely played. I have almost 900 hours in Civ 5. So I know for a fact between that and 6, I've got a ton. City Skylines for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which is easily one of the best city builders ever made.
Yeah.
A game called, kind of a genre, I guess, of games. Banished, Dawn of Man, Ancient Cities, like kind of early Civ base buildery survival games, I guess. And
like survival city builder.
a little bit, yeah.
So good.
Frostpunk. And most of the plethora of games that Amplitude has made. So Endless Space 1 and 2, Endless Legend, Dungeons of the Endless, and Humankind. But yeah, 4X games for sure. Always one of my go-tos.
Definitely fair.
Dope. Greg, last 7 years, if you can.
Yeah.
narrow it down.
Sure, and there's a shit ton of games in there. So, as you asked, I would go for some big highlights. I would, okay. When I look at the games of the last 7 years, the one I am still playing the most, the one I have talked about the most, the one that has most impressed me, is Elite Dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It is the space sim of my dreams. I can space trucker around a real model of the galaxy. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. The level of attention to detail in terms of like the physics of the immersion. I love it so much and always go back to it. And there have been so many games that I've loved in the last 7 years. But it's the only one that I still talk about all the time, right?
What was the name of it?
Elite Dangerous, the space one.
Oh, Elite Dangerous. For some bizarre reason, my brain heard Billy Galaxy, and I was like, what the fuck game is Billy Galaxy? I do not know what was happening in my neurons just then.
No, that's actually, I mean, like from a fucking, morpholinguistic point of view, that's pretty close.
Dangerous. That makes way more sense.
Yes. But along with that, there have been a lot of Total War games that I've really gotten into. Several RPGs, the big CRPGs, the Pathfinder games, as well as more recently, this sort of this visual novel revival that we've come back to on this channel a few times. The Norco. I loved, and it hit me really personally, like really, really personally in a lot of ways, and it was a wonderful game, and that's my last 7 years.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph or Alex? Who wants it?
I'll let you go first.
Yeah. Last 7 years, Jesus Christ. I mean, like that's tricky.
When you say RimWorld, like lead off with RimWorld.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Hold on. See, that's even more recent than the last.
With all of us, it's just been Dwarf Fortress and RimWorld the whole time.
That's even no. I still haven't even. I have not even played Dwarf Fortress.
Oh my God, true. I'm If we get to your next birthday and you don't have it, I am putting it inside of you.
For sure.
That surprises me. Like, Dwarf Fortress is like an autistic's wet dream. Like, if I were
Yeah.
if I were into that level
Yeah.
of micromanagement, that would be exactly my game.
No, I know it. I know it. I'm embarrassing myself. You know, it's
How dare you
but-
not autistic well enough? God.
Not a 5-star. Fuck. You
God.
know? But yeah, no. Okay. Like honestly, might even be easier for me to just do genre rundowns from the very beginning because, like, on the GBA, I started with platformers, which I burnt myself out on for life. I'm pretty sure, and 2D platformers specifically, and then RPGs somewhat in Pokemon. Not even somewhat. That's
True.
obviously like a huge thing.
Ugh.
How did I not say Pokemon? What the fuck?
Right.
Fuck, how did I not say that?
What are you ugging at me for? You ugger?
You built a city, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna build it my next one right next to you because I didn't realize you were that close to me. Dirty fucker.
What do you wait? You're Mongolia, right?
No,
I'm Mongolia.
Oh,
I'm Ludwig. I'm like just north of you now.
just north. I
Yeah.
haven't explored in that direction.
Well,
You are welcome to it, I guess.
we'll see if I can actually make the city there because you
Yeah. I'm a
dirty bastard.
horrible terrorist. Anyway, that basically went on until I got my first console in 2008, the Wii, and then I played a bunch of Wii games, which barely count.
How do I forget about
Um,
Everyone forgets about the Wii.
Yeah, no, everybody does until they remember it, and they're like, "Oh my god, that was like the most fun I've ever had in my entire life."
I mean, to be fair, Wii Tennis is by far one of the best games ever. It's just, I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's
The Wii Sports Empire is so good.
It does one thing and one thing well. That's it. Like, it's so good.
Right. Oh
And that's
well, I
kinda
mean,
where Nintendo is at its best overall. But
actually, right. No, on that note, in that same thing, the Wii introduced me to 3D platformers, which I don't know if I could ever get too tired of, as long as they're as high of quality as Galaxy, which is high.
which is high. Which is high.
But yeah. Then in high school, I got an Xbox, and that I played Skyrim on for like 8 jillion years. Like,
How did I forget about Skyrim and Elder Scrolls?
Right.
There's so many games that I played, and it's
Yep.
like kind of crazy, but it's like at least 500 hours each. You know, like
right.
I'm terrible with story games, but I missed them all. I missed all the story games that I've played in the past, like every single one.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard to hit them all. It's
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
impossible.
like, 7 years is a good time span because
yeah.
Greg and I could go on for many years.
Right.
I'm 32 and I've been playing them since 6. So
Right.
there's 20 years there. I can go back that far. No, about 25.
Right.
How does math work? 25. Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And then I played a bunch of GTA too because I was a high schooler with an Xbox, and that extended into college. And wait, what?
I didn't mean
What?
to say anything. Keep
Laughing
going.
along. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just thought there was a quip. But no, yeah. Then that actually gets us pretty much up to the 7-year span. got into like Portal, got into the Orange Box, got into a bunch of fucking Steam lore shit, Half-Life, all of that. Started learning how to play first-person shooters on that, but didn't really actually have the time since I was in college. And then later in college, I got a better Xbox. Actually bought Battlefield and decided this is the one. This is what I'm going to learn with. And finally learned first-person shooters after just being fucking god awful at them for my entire adolescence.
Speaking of first-person shooters, Greg, did you see that they're doing a refresh of Marathon?
I did see that. Yep.
Oh man, I about creamed my shorts when I saw that, because that game, when it came out, that whole trilogy, all three of those games were just mind-bogglingly good for the early to mid 90s.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I am
So
so
dynamic.
excited.
And
I
it was
also forgot.
Bungie too. I keep forgetting that like
Yeah,
it was
like-
young Bungie.
yeah, like but Halo would not be what it was if it were not for Marathon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it would not exist. Yeah.
yeah, like and because when it came out, it was already like the original Marathon was already on the cutting edge. I can't remember who the distributor was on that, but they like took a leap because it was so radically different.
Yeah. I'm trying to
They were like,
remember.
you know what?
Sega
We're
CD?
going to use everything that the Mac can do visually to make this game. And they're like, all right, we're going to take this risk on you. Holy shit. I mean, like, it was a wildly successful game. And it was the only shooter on Mac.
Mm-hmm.
That's fascinating. I forgot they built it for Mac. I was trying to think of the console I played it on, but I think it was
It was a
fucking.
Mac-only game.
It was
Both
a Mac game. Yep.
actually, Infinity was the only one because they made it for like the Mac PC crossover that they did in like 90.
Yep. Oh, and I think they did do Super Nintendo or Genesis or maybe Sega CD ports. Now that I remember, that did not look nearly as pretty, but they still had that kinetic factor. I mean, and that's what really like nobody had really achieved before. In that same, well, other than like F-Zero, but in that same sort of like you're in a body instead of in a car way.
Right. And unlike Doom and some of those that had really kind of, I mean, good but blocky structures and frames, they actually spent time doing rendering and smooth features and things that, again, well beyond what graphics really started to become even at the time, because it was Mac, because you could actually do shit with graphics, you know? Oh, I am so excited.
And then they made Skyways game, Destiny.
Anyway, sorry. I heard Marathon. I got real excited. Or I heard Bungie and I got real excited.
Totally good. I had forgotten there were a couple of years in there also where I didn't have a console that like specifically an Xbox console, so I ended up pouring a lot of time into PC indie games because I also didn't have a very good PC, so I needed something that could run on it. So dungeon crawlers, specifically in The Binding of Isaac, also somewhere in there.
Solid.
And also, I mean, just a variety of indie game concepts. Then, though, yeah, first-person shooters finally got around to doing anything in that. Then, after that, started getting back into PC stuff, specifically RimWorld and Civ, and yeah, that's, I mean, now more, yeah, again, in the last 2 years, I've just been like having my skin melt off by these visual novel games, which have packed more fucking narrative per square millimeter than I've experienced in a long time, and or probably ever in a video game, you know. Which
you gotta hit
know,
the CRPGs.
I know. I have trouble connecting with them in a lot of ways, you know.
Excuse me.
Fair enough.
Which, but I need to find the right ones. Evidently, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to break into. I do feel like once you do, you will.
Right,
them.
right.
But
Yeah.
sorry, had to do my little
Had to do the
my
plug,
little
yeah.
call
No.
out, but you can keep going.
True,
No.
did you play Backbone? Have we talked about this?
I played it for a little bit, but
Okay.
when it first came to Game Pass on console, but unfortunately there was what seemed like a game-ending bug.
Oh,
In
Got
that I got past the first narrative hurdle, and it had me stuck in a kitchen where I could literally do nothing, and then 20 seconds after the level loaded, somebody would bust in and say, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing in here?" And
and it would end you. Oh, weird.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
and there was
it auto saved too late, and you just could never get past that.
well, yeah, exactly. I would have needed to start all over, and I was just like, I was kind of like, "Fuck that," for right then.
Yeah.
I did love the world. The world was
It's good.
gorgeous.
And like, did you play it, Greg, all the way through?
I have not. Both of you
Okay.
recommended it to me, so I do own it, but I have not played it.
So it's one of those where like Katie and I played it together because she was intrigued enough that she's like, oh yeah, that seems really interesting. And it was good enough because I mean it very much felt like a really well written short story
Mm,
that
Love it.
we were talking about it for 2 weeks. Of
mhm.
like, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Like, what was
Right.
is that meant to be? Like, what did that mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's great.
and it
yeah.
was, just, I think story wise was very, very intriguing in a way that I don't think, I don't think a lot of visual novels do well at sometimes where they try and be a much more expansive game than they need to be. And I think Backbone really knew, okay, this is the story we're going to tell, right?
Right.
And for that, I thought it was really, really intriguing.
You saw
They
a prequel came out, right?
Say what?
Prequel came out.
The Tales? Yeah, I haven't picked it up yet, but it looks interesting.
they that is a good point. They can go overboard very frequently, but I mean, I've definitely got a couple of suggestions if you want like a story that specifically. Need to plug it every time that we talk about it. Citizen Sleeper. Oh my
It's
Christ!
still on my wish list right now. Yeah.
Oh my Christ!
Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts so good. And also is extremely cognizant of like its scope and the story that it wants to tell, and all this and that.
Okay.
It is
Traveler.
a
It's in other water. Those guys.
yeah. Exactly. I need to finish off In Other Waters. You also bring up a good point in that I think that these games are much more ripe for multiplaying.
Anybody going for Hanging Gardens? Hanging Gardens.
Yes. Yes. Yep. I asked y'all.
Oh, somebody's building that. Ooh,
No,
okay.
Nope.
How many turns do you have?
2.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna start it.
Sorry, I asked y'all in the chat because this was at the beginning of
Oh yeah.
setting the stage for this discussion. So
Oh yeah. No.
I didn't interrupt there. I apologize. Which reminds me, Casey, you said you had follow-up questions.
Well, no.
Yeah.
That was
Alex,
my follow-up question, but I had to put the headset down for a second, so that's why I walked away.
we still have a fourth.
Right. We gotta hear Alex's.
We gotta hear Alex's.
Oh God,
What's your journey?
my journey in video games in the last 7 years. So in the last 7 years, I have not had a console. I've only had a PC. Because I moved away from home, obviously, for college about 10 years ago. So Yeah, I've been playing on a PC most of the time, usually a hand-me-down PC from my father, except for the last few. So it's been a lot of like Civilization 5 and then Civilization 6 with some friends from college. Some MOBAs for a hot second with some other friends from college. Trying to think what else.
Some Ironheart 4.
Yeah, Hearts of Iron 4.
Oh,
Lots of
that's
Hearts.
it. Yeah.
Like over 1,000 hours of Hearts of Iron 4, and I've never played the base game. I always play mods. What else? Jeez. Fortnite for a hot second, got out of that pretty quickly. Otherwise, I've just been typically going for strategy games. City Skylines, obviously.
So
And
good.
Dope.
any other shooters and any shooter that
Boom
really
and
piques my
Alex in
interest.
action right there. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm a urban planning nerd. I gotta play City Skylines.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember. I think our either second or third game early on was SimCity, the original SimCity.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, such a solid game.
So sexy.
The
Right?
only real game that was on my the school computers in my Catholic grade school was SimCity 2000 or
Oh,
3000. So I would play that one a lot.
because there's nothing remotely scandalous about that game.
Yep, not at all. Nothing scandalous in any way, shape, or form.
Nobody tell him.
What's a scandal?
All right. Next
I
question.
said intern. There we go. All right, I was able to build my city. True, no thanks to you.
Alex, were you
Yeah.
done?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I will request your first shooter game that you fell in love with, and it can be any kind of shooter.
Well, we've already talked about mine, so
Yeah. Greg, did you name a shooter?
I don't think I did.
Name your favorite shooter.
Favorite shooter?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Like all time?
Sure. Or just a couple, anyway.
Let's see. The first, I mean, even though I played a shit ton of Doom and Duke Nukem, and Duke Nukem was the first game that opened me up to modding, and level making and shit at an early age. Which is something I've never gotten great at, but something I've loved, continue, dabbling my toes in ever since. But it's probably fucking Wolfenstein, space shooter.
delicious.
And that was right. I was in college, and like the school had just installed Ethernet. It was this like crazy new thing that like we could all. I had like a $3,000 PC at the time that I saved up for and shit. And could run fucking Wolfenstein blazing with like 10 other people in the dorm playing it.
Oh, on LAN.
Yeah, well, no, Ethernet. Ethernet was even better than LAN. It was fucking they had to put Ethernet in the dorm. It was incredible. Yeah, it was an evolution from the LAN parties that I played before college. But yeah, so
Fair.
in the class basedness, like it's interesting because sometimes I complain about things getting too much RPG, but that introduction to the classes to competitive shooters was brilliant, and obviously we still see it today in a lot of my favorite shooters now. Rogue Company, for example, even beyond class-based shooter is a hero shooter, right? As class-based as you can get. Battlefield class-based shooter. So yeah, So I pin it on Wolfenstein putting me there. That being said, I love me some Halo, love me some Destiny, but it's the historical shit. It's Wolfenstein that probably had the biggest influence.
So, Greg, you just finished the Hanging Gardens, yeah?
Correct.
So, we'll see if it does it next turn. But I did not get my +2 culture bonus, even though I started the wonder.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I need 1 point to get to the aid. I can either build a trader or a holy site within the next 3 turns.
Do you have
Y'all, which one is going to give me the point?
Do you have a builder out? Do you have a
Probably a
specific
trader, I
building
would think.
you can make?
No, all my builders are spent.
Fuck.
I think Holy Site actually, if it's the first
Holy
district
Site.
that you build,
Okay.
Can you sail? Are you already sailing?
No. And we're talking about 3 turns. This is what I can do, and then I'm out of turn.
I heard you. I was just trying to. Those are the big ones.
Mhm.
+3 plus. Sailing's +3, I think.
Well, and it depends too, because like if you have somebody near you, city state wise, that has that trader,
Yeah.
that you'll get the advance or the boost.
Oh yeah.
That can get you a point too.
Yeah. I was just brainstorming. Whatever points. Those are my go-tos when I'm in a pinch. I know sailing's +3, and I know founding a city's a good one, and
Yep.
fucking heroes
Found-
too. Heroes and fucking
Oh yeah.
special units and special districts, or not like a special building that your builder can build if it's specific to your civ or whatever.
Yeah. Now I'm curious what that actually means.
Yeah.
Wonder.
And you didn't get a boost either? Did you get like a chunk boost to your civics game?
I did. I got nothing.
And you were building it.
And
You got nothing.
Yep.
What the fuck? How many turns had you been building it?
2. It doesn't say that there's a requirement. It just says wonders, even if not finished, receive +2 culture for every adjacent district.
How many adjacent?
This culture is displayed in the city yields. I have one district next to it. Although, wait, maybe not. Maybe that was part of the problem. Is your city center considered a district?
No.
Oh, that's why. Okay, because I built it next to my city center, thinking that was a district. Okay, that makes sense.
Boone, did you say you played Crusader Kings?
I have before, but that's more a Greg game.
Yeah, I've been trying to learn it. It's tough for me.
It's a lot. It's an intense kind of game.
It doesn't. I mean,
Well,
like
yes.
for me, the best experience of it is when you release the sort of like attempts to math it and ride the story and just role play
Right.
as
Well, and
character.
that's how I tend to play Total War.
Yeah. Yep. Me too.
I'm like, I don't give a shit if I win or lose. Like, obviously, I want to win, and I almost always try and play it on as easy a setting as I possibly can, because like I'm not a strategist. It's just not how my brain works. But I love like, oh, who's this person gonna marry? Oh, who's this person gonna marry?
Story of your people. Yeah.
Oh my God, all of my sons died. Oh no! Yeah.
But it is a daunting game.
I mean,
It's a
Victoria,
learning
the
curve,
whole
but
Victoria series is the same way. It's just there's so much going on.
that's the way I felt about Worms, because it was a learning curve until you learned all the controls and stuff. But
Oh, man.
honestly, I've been
You
trying
played
to
the-
learn. I've been trying to learn. I've been trying to watch, but like, it's really tough to catch on.
It's a tricky one. It's
You got on
also
the MOBAs. MOBAs take hundreds of hours to master.
Right. It takes a little time. I'm also just trying to drive conversation
yeah.
while we're streaming, because then we can clip it and shit or whatever.
I love it.
Exactly.
You're doing a good job of it.
I need to run to the head real quick. I'll be right back.
No
Hit it.
worries.
Get that head.
I step away a lot when I'm gaming. These peeps in here know it.
Oh man. Tomorrow's the day. You got this giant pile of shit in the middle of the room.
Shit, Pio.
Oh,
I
you're
told
doing
you
that.
the other day, but I just got a natural wonder. Oh, can I get up there that quick? No. There's no way.
The holy site, my first district, did not give me any points.
Son of a bitch.
Golden Age. Boom. Boom.
I thought you said first district gives you points.
I thought it did. I could have sworn it did. Maybe it's first district of the Empire? I'm not 100% sure. I'm terribly sorry if I led you astray.
Oh, we're tyrants. No,
Are you 1 point away from a golden age?
I'm 1 point away, and I could
Oh.
either in that time build a holy site or a trader to
Yeah,
get that point.
that's.
I am back, BT Dubs.
I wasn't even like thinking of ways to do that. I'm like 7 points away from a golden age. So I'm like, oh well.
Is this the last turn? This is the last turn. Oh well.
Nah.
Dark Age.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the first Dark Age is the best one to get, I guess.
Do you have anything
Oh.
that you can spend gold on?
Oh, good point. I do have a bunch of gold. Will a shrine give me points, or I could buy a trader? But the trader wouldn't activate till next turn, so it wouldn't even.
Yeah.
No. It just needs to spawn for you to get the points. I'm not sure if it gives you a point. I was less sure about that than I thought first district always gave you a point, but
First trader. Yeah, I think you're right.
First trader over shrine. All right. I'll give it a shot. No
if
point.
not, son of terrible.
True is fired.
Yep, it's me. That's me.
How dare.
Back on the line. No soup for you.
Yep, super. Yep.
Name that show.
Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Fuck no.
Seinfeld. I've never watched Seinfeld, but I know that line.
I never.
I think there are
particularly
about
enjoyed
3
Seinfeld.
lines from that show that just by cultural zeitgeist alone, people will always know. I would say there were at least 3.
I have
That
watched it front to back a number
Oh
of
yeah,
times.
I've seen the
It's
show
my
like
favorite show.
twice from yeah. I would say that one, and maybe I'm wrong. Greg, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I was in the pool. And oh god, who does not want to wear the ribbon? Oh god, George is probably my favorite character of that whole show. So there are a number of his lines that I think maybe I remember more than anybody else. But
when he's taking the nap fucking underneath his desk when he's working for the.
oh god.
He's like, I'm not supposed to do that.
Oh, the women that he dates in that show too. Oh my lord.
Well, Barbarian City just spawned 1 square away from me with 4 units. This will
Of
be
course
fun.
it did. Of course it did. That is your
Guys,
whole
it's 50 gold.
that is your whole MO as a player is
It is.
where will the barbarian spawn? Next to Greg.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what else is going on, they will spawn next to Greg.
Oh my god, they have fucking a whole bunch of horse archers.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my god. Do you want to know how many Russias there are now in my game?
I do.
Wait, there are more than one Russias?
Russia spontaneously destroyed itself.
Oh, I mean,
So,
that doesn't sound far off, but yes, go ahead.
okay. So, there is the Russian Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is the Russian Socialist Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Alash Orda is, I think, modern, or like the area that Kazakhstan is now. Is doing its fun little thing.
Okay.
There's the Second Volunteer Army, the Russian Revolutionary Front, and the Western Russian Army, with Eastern Karelia also having its own little territory.
Is that 6? Did I guess right?
The Populous People's Front?
Uh,
No, we're the People's Populous Front.
yeah, no. Fun fact: the Russian Socialist Republic is the only socialist entity in this fight right now. The Russian Volunteer Army is just a random fucking military dictatorship party.
Love it.
The Russian Revolutionary Front is a right-wing national populist bullshit.
Oh.
And then there's another military dictatorship fashion,
Oh, delightful.
with the Russian Empire being obviously the Russian Empire, the absolute monarchy.
Oh, nobody killed the Tsar? Damn it.
Well, they did, but then then they had another Tsar come in.
Ah, fuck. See, that's why you got to double tap.
Gotta love seeing it.
Yeah, no, they Lenin's forgot to have his guards double tap.
Yeah.
Yep.
A clap, clap.
News from Minnesota. This party has resurrected the Lenin.
Oh man, yeah. What a beautiful tweet. Tweet for those that didn't receive it. News from Florida. Republican lawmakers have begun constructing devices to put their political enemies in. They've begun to call themselves Nazi Germany too. And then news from Minnesota: the Democratic Party of Minnesota have resurrected the Lenin. Which, yeah, kind of in this past legislative.
I mean, yeah, the number of things that we have passed that are essentially a fuck you to all of the Midwest.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean it's been great. Like I've been enjoying it, and you know the one best part is that this is on a skin of their teeth representative majority.
Oh yeah.
They literally only have one extra vote, and they decided to learn from Obama.
And
Yep.
And there are a couple of these instances, including the weed bill, that passed because a number of Republicans voted for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys might remember me kind of postulating why they did it in the first place. But you know who two of those people who voted for the weed bill were?
Who?
Who's that?
The same two who and passed the gummy bill. Because as I postulated before, when you pass weed, you can now start growing hemp. And guess who's suffering right now? Corn and wheat growers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And those are both in districts where all they have to do now is go, hey, you still want those tax subsidies? If you grow hemp, it will sell.
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking love it.
and like, okay, I get it. Be Republican, and you can have some certain conservative views, but don't be a fucking snake in the grass when you pretend like it's not racist when you're against certain things.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, money was the only reason that those assholes voted for this.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. No,
That's all
I
that
mean,
mattered to them.
not giving them too much credit.
No.
even though that's a pretty cool move if that was actually what they did.
Yeah, no, it was purely economic and self-preservation.
Most of the DFL are doing it for those reasons too.
Mhm.
Oh,
To be fair, just perhaps in a less dishonest way. But
Yeah.
it got us here.
Mhm.
We are now here.
Yes, and soon
you-
enough we shall be smoking lots of weed.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Some of us
Never-
won't because I can't smoke, but I do love my gummies. I had never had
That is
weed
fair.
before until I tried gummies, and I was like, oh, now I see what people are on about.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, it's
gummies are
pretty fun.
great.
Gummies
Yeah.
are good fun.
Dope.
Go
Yeah,
to California, got my gummies there. Oh, good time.
Weed's a lot of fun.
Weed
Yes.
is tight, man. Weed is
Yeah.
tight.
It's a great time. Be cool, kids. Do drugs.
No, just weed. Yeah,
Eh,
well,
yeah, just
it's
weed.
legalized. It's not even a drug anymore. It's literally not a drug anymore.
That is fair. Yeah, that is fair.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, do a little drugs. Don't
A little.
Don't do them all. Just do
Yeah, just a couple. Just a couple.
Man.
Just some.
One
Just-
time.
Don't do all of them. Just some of them.
Avoid the opioids and the meth. And,
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Don't do them all. Just
yep.
do a couple fun ones, and that's that.
Yep.
That's that. One
Make
time,
sure you figure, only do one at a time.
Yes. Don't mix and match. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I mean, pick one, do it. Although I will say, if you are going to pick one, make sure meth is definitely at the bottom of your list.
Make
Just-
sure meth isn't even on your list.
I mean,
I did so
some
much
people
meth in college.
some people are into that, but yeah, meth is definitely one to maybe not do. Yeah, just as a general rule.
keep an
Yeah.
eye out. God.
Note to self: no meth. Got it.
Mhm,
Right,
mhm.
writing it down. Writing it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Underline.
Well, yeah, maybe a little diet cocaine is cool.
Diet cocaine. God damn it.
Yeah, that's where you do like half a bump every month or so.
Mm.
Okay, that's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
What's that video?
Yeah.
He says, I don't do crack cocaine anymore, but I'll do a toot every now and then.
Yeah. I have done coke once, and that was plenty for me. It was that was a night. Woo.
Yeehaw.
Yeah,
Back in the Atlanta days, I did.
I partake in the weed, but yeah, I lay off some of the hard stuff. I did a lot of that when I was like 18 to 23. I did a lot of stuff.
You know, things are going right in my life when the first time I tried all these things was when I was 42.
Mm.
Yep.
I
Had a
did
great
lot.
point.
From 18 to 23, I did a lot. Like,
Yeah, that's the appropriate time to be doing it for the first time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I did things well into my 20s. Just kept doing the blow.
Mhm.
Blow's fun. That's fun.
But now,
I would
but
like
now
I
we're
would like
all
to
on
try mushrooms.
to a little bit of. Now we're all past that. Now we're on to some.
do.
A little bit of weed, a little bit of alcohol,
Yeah.
mostly getting on with our lives and
I do
having
like
fun.
weed. I do like weed.
Yeah.
Keeps me.
I would be interested in trying mushrooms sometime.
Oh, same.
I feel like that
Oh.
would be an interesting day.
Yes.
well. Well.
I've tried quite a few of those, and like I will hang out with y'all when you do, but I just can't do them. I just can't. Do 'em.
Yeah.
I've done my fill. I've done my share. I will probably never
I
take a
don't.
second dose.
We talked about it the other day. I don't like losing my what's it called? Agency. I don't like.
Yeah.
weed. I don't like.
Oh, sure.
That's fair.
I've only had bad trips, and the funnest trip I had was when I was playing Pac-Man 3000 on the Xbox. That was fucking fun. You
Mhm.
That
know,
does sound like a good time, not
because,
gonna lie.
I mean, you became the Pac-Man. You were the Pac-Man for like a hot second. You know, I was
Out
convinced.
there.
Pac-Man.
You are the man of Pac.
But like
Out there walking like Fozzie Bear and
The word
Waka waka.
here's what happens when you're tripping. Never mind. I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody. I'm not gonna ruin it. This is
Well,
what
you're not gonna ruin it because the trip is different for everyone. So
Yeah.
All right, I'll explain it. But when I got so every single time I tripped, I always got connected back to the like real world with somebody texting me or like. So the last time I tripped, for example, I was supposed to go let the dogs out at my dad's house, and I forgot. But I tripped instead, you know, and immediately sent me into like a fucking downward spiral into like a, you know, cave. It lasted like 4 hours, but it was, you know, after that I was just like, don't ever want to do it again. So
Fair enough.
that's when I left it behind. But
Fair enough.
and then like if you try to trip at like a party or something with like a bunch of people, like fuck that.
oh yeah, no,
Done that.
bad,
too. Fuck that. Like you know.
Hmm.
bad setting.
Not the right
I'd
place for it.
Rather be in my basement, fucking, you know, in my crawl space, just fucking.
In your
Mhm.
crawl space.
This is my safe
is
space.
it Zoomy time? Yeah, Zoomies. Okay. Oh,
I'd
boy.
rather
too.
be in a nice coffin or like
Wow.
a,
Oh, yeah, okay.
you know.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Oh,
I prefer sack time, actually.
Yeah.
Just put me in a sack. I'll just do that there.
do you want to say hi?
yeah.
Do
No,
you
it's
wanna say hi to everybody?
tripping's wild. It's wild.
Oh, I know.
I thought I'd be much more into it than I ended up being, but
You say
also
hello?
I mean like ends up it's a
It's too
hell of an
much.
equalizer,
It's too much.
you know.
Yeah.
Gigi wanted to say
Yeah.
hello, everybody.
It is a
Oh,
hello.
hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Gigi.
I can't
Hello.
see you, but hello.
Hello, cat.
Discord? Is this on Discord?
Yeah, I'm on Discord.
I'm
Boop,
coming.
boop, boop.
I'm coming. Yeah.
Oh,
Boop, boop, boop.
so
There she
pretty.
is.
Cat.
Hello. Ah, okay. She's like, okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I gotta go zoomies, Dad. I gotta go do zoomies.
Oh,
All right,
fuck
time to go
me.
back into Hearts of Iron. With
Casey, end your turn.
small fucking army that I have, Jesus.
Sorry.
Fuck.
Oh,
That was one of the funniest. That's still that name. That fucking Quaker list is still cracking me up, and the fact that one of those poor kids was named Jesus Christ like continues. To
Oh my God,
Oh, that's sad.
you came across that list too?
Yes,
That
What-
was
so good.
it came across my list, like my radar because of RPG people who were like, "Oh, who's your new NPC gonna be?"
Hey, poop.
Oh my God, there are so many just stupidly
Jesus
ridiculous
Christ.
names. Like,
That poor
why? Why would you do this to any good child? Like, what is going on? Oh,
What is this that we're talking about?
so somebody they compiled a list of actual Quaker names from like the 1850s to 1900s.
Okay.
They are mind-bogglingly weird. I'm gonna look them up. real quick.
Okay, I want to hear
Um,
some of these Quaker
Yeah,
names.
put them in the Discord. I mean, they are hysterical. I mean, to me anyway. Like
I'm
enjoy
definitely
it.
going to read some of them in the chat when I find it. Oh, where is it? Where is it?
Post it too if you don't mind. So
Yeah. I just gotta find. Is this? Oh, is that the tweet?
God.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here it is. Okay, so before I post it, just because I wanna give you a few tidbits before I then post the full list. So, what this person did was, they must have been working on a thesis about Quakers or something, but they did this huge body of research going through all these names of Quakers. Here are some of the highlights, if you will. Charity Corn. Daedalus Curry.
Wait, say that one more time.
Daedalus Curry.
Daedalus. God damn it.
Ermine Prickett.
I like that one too.
Let's go
Love,
by-
love Beer. Love Butcher. Love Shapton. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what the hell is going on with any of those. Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah. Our Lord and
Chester?
Savior.
Chester. Patience Rawbone. Like, come on, man. That is a porn star's name. That is a porn star's name. Philotesia Owen.
What was that? What?
Yep.
Okay.
Philotesia Owen. Robert Were Fox. And it's Were space Fox, not Where Fox. Were Fox. Robert Were Fox.
Oh God.
And Thankful Tune.
That's what I whistle at the end of every day. A nice thankful tune.
Nothing but bangers. Nothing but bangers.
It is 100% all banger names. Especially way at the end when someone's name is Wild Wild.
It just treasures all the way through.
Wild
Grimes. Sentence Grimes.
Can we revive Ermine? Can we please revive that name?
Right for real.
Just as a side note.
Favorite.
I mean, I do love the fact that my name is on there, which is great.
Right. Just as a side note, I am doing some minor imperialism over here. So
how dare you?
I'm all by myself. I'm hanging out.
This is right up. This is right up True's vein. Susanna Poop is on here.
Susanna Poop. Poop.
Gay Poop.
Sue Poop. Gay Poop.
Sea Poo. Sea Poo.
Oh.
Sea Poo. Default output Q. Sea Poo.
I remember Sea Poo.
Don't worry, chat. We are 100% all adults.
Oh yeah.
So this is there's so many like funny, like ridiculous jokes that end up coming up in like the languages and the codes of international banking, but and I can't give you too many details, obviously, so I don't ever get fired. But
yes.
Wow.
There is a setting when we're working on things for certain people where on the screen it says default output queue ... CPOO.
I am a child at heart, I guess. CPOO.
Yep.
I got a better one. There's tons of funny ones. It's not better, but it's fuck. Is it Turkish or is it
Turkish? Yep.
It's Turkish. It's Ufuk Tasokin. Ufuk. It's UFUK. Ufuk. It was the best name in the world.
Love it.
Ufuk. I think it's ZB importing.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, his name.
Alex, if you see a ZB importing, please look for Ufuk because you will giggle next time.
I will check when I get back to work.
we looked up the name and it was like something like, this means gratitude in Turkish. We
Yeah.
don't recommend giving this name in Western countries.
It
Yeah.
was funny. It was funny.
I mean, his name's probably Ufuk, right?
But yeah, I mean, it's probably
Something like that.
Yeah.
significantly differently pronounced in Turkish, but
That's hilarious.
Gotta
a couple
love
other, yeah, I mean, I already told y'all about Poin, but we also had Kumho Trading return today.
Kumho?
Yeah. There's
Oh,
footage.
good lord.
Come home.
Oh God, Kumho.
Wow.
That's my persona.
Bada zing. I love it.
Oh God.
Oh man, beautiful,
Oh.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
I feel in at least similar veins to all of the things being discussed here. I should offer some of the dumbest thoughts that I had as a kid.
God.
A kid,
Good.
namely a college kid. Um,
Yes, GG.
in
All those
that
years ago.
there was one day where we were stoned as hell,
Yeah.
all
Okay.
sitting around,
Yeah.
and ended up fixating on the idea of an artisan male pubic hair artist
Yeah.
emporium named Dude Rugs.
Are
And
you now I'm curious. Okay, so let me see if I can quantify what you're talking about. Are you talking about
Yes,
someone
yes.
who, much like a cat knitter, takes a group of pubes and knits things out of them, or are you talking about a manscaping artist?
Manscaping artist, because
Oh, okay,
the catch line was we'll shave your fucking pubes, and
Hmm.
that was the most intelligent thought of the day. Dude Rugs. Dude Rugs.
Yeah.
Dude Rugs.
Because there are legit people who will take shed cat fur
I know. I've
And-
seen that. I've seen it.
and felt
And
it
yeah,
or knit it into things.
I know. I've
Yeah.
seen people make cat sculptures out of their
Yep.
cat
Yep.
fur felt, which
Yep.
seems unwholesome in a lot of ways, right?
A little
Yeah.
bit.
Like you shouldn't be doing that. Come on.
Yeah.
0 to 10 on the wholesome scale.
Yeah, it's not uncomfortably creepy at all.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Perfectly A+ normal behavior.
Normal,
Well-
regular, standard behavior, right?
People who do that are very well adjusted. All that
Correct.
stuff.
Correct. Yep. Hmm.
Adjusted well. I would agree.
Yeah.
As someone with like very much weird neurodivergent-y things going on in their brain, even that is fucking weird to me.
A step too far.
Yeah. Hmm.
100%.
Yeah.
You don't want to
Alright.
think about a bunch of cat detritus.
Nope.
Not really, no.
Nope. Do not need cat detritus.
That's a 0 to 10 for me, actually.
Yep. Yep. I'm with Alex on
0?
that one.
0 to 10, yeah.
Yep.
Straight up.
5 out of 7 would not recommend.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a straight up would not recommend.
Wouldn't do it.
No.
As Ross Perot used to say, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Oh wait, no. Was that George?
What
was
about
that
him and his
George Bush?
voodoo stick, right?
New World Order.
New World Order.
God.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish?
God.
I don't know, Ross, can you?
Oh,
I remembered the
Well,
other day.
Alex, what are you like? 30?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm like 20. Well, I'm less than 30. I'm like 28 currently.
Oh, okay. So you're about true NKC's age. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Greg and I are both in our 40s, and
Mm.
I don't know about you, Greg, but probably more so than I was, given your dad's profession. But that election was the first one I really remember. And Ross Perot was just like an absolute comedy act. If
Oh my god! Right.
like just like Howard Kane levels of ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it was absurd.
Okay, is anybody building the Oracle or the Apadana?
Nope,
No.
I was about to build the Oracle, but you just called it.
No.
No,
I
take it.
I don't actually want it. So go ahead and start it because I want to try and build it and see if the bonus works.
Well, in a few turns, if this barbarian war goes as planned.
Oh, okay. Well, then I might start the Apadana.
Yeah. And I
Wait.
will let you know if I start it.
Yeah, the Apadana I actually do want to finish though. So if you please don't actually take that one over from me.
Oop, do you want me to give you an update on the Russia situation in my video game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
are there now like
Communist
12?
win?
Okay. So the
Oh,
socialist Russia fell.
No!
Oh,
Yep, socialist Russia fell. So all that's left now is the Russian Empire is the biggest of all the factions, followed by the Russian Revolutionary Front, and then the Second Volunteer Army, and then the Western Russian Army. And yeah, Alash Orda has done its own little peace out thing. And East Karelia has also done its own little peace out thing. So yeah, now we're just kind of waiting who's gonna win in Western Russia, if it's going to be the national populace or the military dictatorship or the other military dictatorship.
Beautiful,
Yep.
beautiful.
I'm putting my money on the Russian Revolutionary Front.
The People's Populist Front of Judea.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's drop a quick international in the chat, boys, for the for our fallen comrades.
Oh God.
Damn it! I lost my city.
No.
Oh damn! Well, I still have Nitro. I need to add the international as a sound button, don't I?
you lost one of your cities, Ben?
Because where I built it, it was a little too close to Mbaza over here, and they rebelled.
Oh, sorry.
And now the loyalty is going to them because True's fucking city over here.
Sorry, I'm so wonderful. Oh.
Well, I wanted that city where it was, because it was on the coast and it's very close to a world wonder, and I wanted the fucking world wonder.
Flew too close to the sun.
And this dirty bastard over here.
You can give it back in a treaty.
I could. I technically could.
What the fuck is going on in Turkey? Oh, and Turkey's blowing itself up in my video game too.
No shit.
True over here trying to start some fucking Queen Bee level drama.
Oh, yeah, no.
Dirty bitch.
I just got an error score for found in a city in a tundra, so it's
nice.
It's only one.
Good job.
If you're in a bench.
Yeah, usually whenever you settle in something unique, you get that one little arrow point. Like a marsh or a tundra or a desert or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. A sweet little kiss on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
From the game, you know.
The game comes in and watches you sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it tucks you in and
just stares for the entire night.
Licks your bones and
Yes.
Gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
don't
I
do
call it good old
Later.
bone liquor.
that. Ugh.
mm,
God, I hate
What?
that.
Do not want that.
Yeah.
We'll get John back to
Can we? Yeah. Nope. I want to strike that from my memory.
Yeah, strike that from the record. That
gonna
I mean, I'm
Are we
interested.
licking bones?
I'm
Or are we
into some
licking
kinky
bones? Come
things,
on.
but that is not one of them.
Yeah.
gonna-
No. I want to strike that from the record completely and totally. I want to strike that from my memory and from. I almost want to strike myself from this planet at this point.
Yeah, I think we're gonna put Alex in a 2-minute timeout.
I'm gonna turn my mic off for the next 2
Switch it.
minutes, and I'll come back with a better head.
switch it, back it up, and reverse it. Yeah.
No, that's a good song, but only if you work it.
Will you work it? Will you pledge to work it, Alex?
I will attempt to work it.
Okay.
If you turn back,
I love everyone for keeping that going for as
Yeah.
long as it did. That was good effort.
I mean,
everybody.
come on now, it's Missy Elliott. You cannot,
Exactly.
you can't not Missy Elliott. I mean, like, come on.
Exactly. It's
That
Missy
was
Elliott.
my 7th grade dance song.
Wait, what?
Yeah, now I need to hear this story.
Yeah, please. I want to know.
Man, you guys
Please
did,
do tell.
y'all didn't have dance in gym class? Dance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but not Missy Elliott's "Work It."
Well, look.
Yeah.
We're all different
Yeah,
ages, so
TLC song. So yeah.
7th
My
grade was
Catholic
2006, so boom, Missy Elliott. What's up?
Wow.
My Catholic school teacher would my Catholic school gym teacher would probably have a fucking conniption fit at that one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we were working it, and, that was it.
And you put it in reverse.
Yep.
Okay.
It was actually, that music makes you lose control. That was the song.
Oh, okay.
Music
Okay.
makes you. Music, I can't do it. I can't sing it. That's funny.
Damn, my minor imperialism is not
Ooh, I
going
got
too
an
hot.
artifact just now. Oh, great work.
Good job.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
Well, now I got music.
Penguin Pact. I will accept. These motherfuckers wiped out the first of 2 of my very close motherfuckers, and I will take the Sanguine Pact. Anybody else Sanguine Pact?
I ended up taking the
Oh.
Void Singers because I
Yeah,
took too
and I'm
long to.
the Owls of Minerva.
Owls thereof.
Yep.
The owls thereof. Wait, is the Anti-Boring Pact an actual faction? Oh my god, it is an actual faction, and it is 2 tiny countries.
What are we,
All right.
All right.
what is everybody drinking tonight? Just to get it on stream.
Oh, I got a little PBR action tonight.
PBR.
Nice.
Respect.
Yep. I got PBRs. I got PBRs and a mixer pack of like on deep discount Chai Lake Liquors, Sam Adams.
Oh, nice.
Respect.
All right, are y'all ready for it? I got some work it.
True.
Minnesota Golds.
Nice.
I simply can't put them down.
Alex.
What a.
St. Paul tap water.
Water.
There you go. Nice.
Respect.
Some
Always throw respect
nation
for
class.
Some water, some H2O. Respect.
Exactly.
Yeah, there it is. Drinking Miller Lite and Pseudo Sue Pale Ale.
Nice.
This is a Missy Elliott one-time exclusive. Come on, is it worth it? Thank
We actually can't. We should be careful about that on the stream. Just look at that fucking.
Yeah, we don't need a copyright strike.
That's fair. Is that too loud? Can you still hear it?
It will be on.
but
I'll turn it down.
Thank you. Sorry to buzzkill. Just
No, but
YouTube.
the worst problem is like the copyright attorney in me is like that actually isn't even remotely a violation. But of course, YouTube is fucking stupid and they don't actually know how. Well, they do know how copyright works. They're just kowtowed to corporations rather than actual law.
Yes. Welcome to America.
Yeah.
It all gets settled out of court. Mhm.
Yep.
Which is why they should just fucking pay us at the bank, you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have a vampire.
Could get it
I'm a-
settled at the court, but whatever.
I'm applying for another job right now.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Dope.
Legit.
I found a job at Hennepin County that I would be an idiot if I did not apply for, so I applied for that tonight before I hopped on gaming.
Fuck yeah.
Dope.
Well, best
I
of
will
luck.
Always
Probably
approve
not
of-
get it, but you know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you always like the thing is they always overpost, and you never know until you try, right?
Exactly.
What department is it in?
It's in the Health and Human Services, but working around housing stuff, using my urban planning degree a bit.
Dope.
Okay, let me poke a couple people because I may actually know somebody in that department if I'm remembering correctly, and if I can name drop for you, would you be opposed to that?
I would not be opposed.
Okay, cool. I'll poke him and let them know. If I'm thinking, I think they're Hennepin County. They might be Ramsey, but I'll double check.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
it's-
I've got like 3 people I know that from my role playing spheres that are in Health and Human Services between the.
Okay, thank you.
I'm good for a few things, but one of them is definitely people.
Thank you again.
Networking. It just happened. Just happened.
Yeah. There's a reason I'm an attorney, not practicing, but I do like people.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Ooh, what religion do I want, boys?
Zoroastrianism.
Always a solid choice. I'll do it. All
Hell
right.
yeah.
I'll be the Zoroastrians.
I'm currently in the middle of trying to take Utah as the tribal confederation of basically what the Navajo.
Desiree.
You
people.
know what's unfortunate about the whole place where we work? You know, it's like if they paid us a salary at a decent wage, none of us would be searching for a job. You know?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Nobody would. And I'm talking like, if I'm gonna name a number, it should be between $75,000 and $85,000 a year, and that's enough money
Yeah.
to live and save a little bit. That's right
Yep.
now, and it will get worse because inflation's fucking us right now. It's
Right.
crazy.
I mean,
But the
quite
bank
honestly,
would save so much money on turnover for they don't
yeah,
they don't give a shit. They'd rather
absolutely.
pay somebody like 55 to 60,000 and fucking
So
just
here's the
miss
thing.
them,
You want,
and then they'll save enough. Like, just think about the money and the happiness of the worker for 3 to 5 years, okay, at $75,000 to $85,000 a year in this market, this current inflation market. They would stay for so much longer and take whatever bullshit raise you had, whatever fucking 3%, 4% over the years, but they could do better. That it's so fucked up that they just won't set enough side to do better.
I'll
you
do
know?
I'll do one even worse, Casey. I have worked in my position now going on 4 years. July 1st, I will be starting my 5th year. In 4 years, I have made 76 cents in raises. I currently
Great.
now make $20.76. I left Wells Fargo, the same job that you guys started, thinking that I would end up making more money. And I guarantee y'all make more than I do. And like, how bullshit is that? That in 4 years, that's all I've gotten.
Yeah, no, that
is very bullshit.
2 graduate degrees, and that's all they've deigned to pay me.
It's fucking terrible. And it's not even that much of a cost to pay somebody $80,000. It's not fucking greedy. It's not.
No.
And
everybody in upper management is making 6 figures, 150,000 probably, 150,000 a year.
I have asked twice for them to switch me to salary, and they still refuse to do that because they don't want to pay the payroll taxes.
Yep. Love it.
No, I mean one of the big things to remember about the entire like underpaying bullshit is like the half of what they get from it is keeping us under their thumb.
Yep.
Yep.
Like
100%.
Keeping you poor and busy and like grinding at the wheel, even though you don't have to be grinding at the wheel the entire fucking day. Like that in and of itself is enough of an incentive for them, just to keep us from having too dangerous of thoughts, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only benefit I have right now in my position is the fact that my boss knows well enough that I would quit at the drop of a hat if I found another position. And so any small concession he can try and make with the management, he's like, because if I quit, I almost guarantee you they will not fill my position and they will give all of that work to him, and he does not need that or want it. And so any concession, he's just like, no, just give Boone what he wants, please, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any of that.
Like, I don't want it.
Yeah, and it's like for the longest time, they refused to put any kind of accommodations in place for us to work, even part-time hybrid, right? And it was only, I think, at the beginning of April. Yeah, April 1st, where we could fill out a form and, like with our supervisor's approval, get like a couple of days where we could work remotely. But we'd been working remotely for months because my direct supervisor was like, yeah, if I say no, my people will all quit. So he's like, I'm just going to pretend like I don't know that y'all are doing it, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, if I had had any other supervisor, they wouldn't have done it. Which is stupid. It's like, it's a very frustrating work environment.
It sounds like it. Yeah, I'm trying. I never got into the U.S. bank job wanting it to be permanent because I don't like I'm a socialist working in banks.
Yeah.
But
I think that's all 4 of you.
I'm a socialist who works in a bank. I'm like, I go in every day and I'm having a crisis, and I'd rather not feel like a sellout.
It doesn't make sense because they could just pay us and it wouldn't even hurt them. It wouldn't even hurt them.
Nope.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even. What is it, like 10% of the profits? Or maybe not even that much, like 8%, you know? And pay pay people.
I'm sorry,
pay them,
CEO.
you know?
If you're making $750,000 and you take a pay cut enough that everybody gets a raise so that you make $500,000, that really is not actually that much of a difference. It sounds like a lot of money, but when you make that much money, It does not
changes
change my life.
everybody else's lifestyle.
That's exactly it. Me making $20,000 more a year radically redefines how I live my life.
Right.
Right? But you not making another 200 grand doesn't change how you live.
Boone, you're forgetting the second boat. The second boat.
Yeah, what are they
Yeah,
going to do
well, you
without that
wanna know
second
what?
boat?
You get a second boat and I'll put my big ass dick on it and I'll show you what it's used for.
Fucking so dumb that
Yeah.
they
I hate
can't
it.
set a percentage to the side, and whatever. The whole bank makes 1.7 billion. How the fuck
Right,
can
yeah.
we not get 200 million to pay people or something?
Oh,
I
I
only made
assure you.
1.5 billion last year. Fuck you. Like
No.
Right.
I assure you that U.S. Bank makes more than fucking $1 billion per year.
well,
I
Right.
mean,
I mean, the exact number, I don't think.
In actual appreciable profits?
yeah, no, I assure you, RBC makes 16 billion off of our backs per year, and divided out, that is 200,000 per employee at RBC Wealth Management US.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of looking.
Yeah. No, if you ever want like reasons to be mad at your job, that's what I specialized in, you know. I fucking hate employers. All my homies hate employers.
they're
20 the
terrible.
rev-
They're fucking to every single one of
Okay.
them. They're terrible. I can't.
Oh my god.
Doesn't even make
ne-
sense. Like, just pay people to live above the debt. I literally have 2 fucking U.S. Bank credit cards. U.S. Bank makes more fucking money off me working there. I fucking work there, and I still have to pay them motherfucking debt. You know?
Interest
Yeah.
and whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Like, fuck
Yeah.
them. You know?
By the way, in 2022, U.S. Bancorp achieved record net revenue of $24.3 billion.
Net revenue. Let's see what their profit is here. U.S. Bank.
And I'm the asshole for asking for everybody to make 75 to 85. Like, fuck.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say they with the hospital. Yeah, exactly.
Just funnel a little bit down. It like 300
Yeah.
million. Oh no, we only made 24.1 billion. You know,
Fuck
Oh
off.
no, we'll stop attracting talent if we start asking for that. Well, first of
No,
all,
actually,
okay.
the opposite.
Second of all, like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
people would be happy. People wouldn't move. People wouldn't apply. Like, I hate fucking. I hate people.
Wait,
I hate corporations.
Did
And
they
then, like-
actually argue that they'll attract less talent if they pay more money?
No, if they take money out of executives' pay to pay other people,
Oh,
they risk everything falling apart because they don't attract the right, like racist asshole.
Executives, yeah, fuck you.
well, that's the problem. Is like you shouldn't be worrying about attracting the right executives. They're not doing anything.
Well, I mean that's the problem is they're making it just all
Job.
the executives are like, what should we worry about? Probably executives.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem with the whole hierarchical structure of the how it works.
CEOs are on the same level as cops and landlords. They don't have a job. They do nothing.
Nope, they do not.
They literally don't work. And yet those are the people we're fucking catering to.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. This is who capitalism rewards.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad I got to let that out. I'm so glad. I was.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, it's worth
Thank
yelling
you
at
for
your.
fucking listening to that because like, it's pathetic. It's so fucking pathetic. It
Mhm.
would not cost that much money to them, and they wouldn't even fucking miss it because we.
Nope.
Do you imagine what people would do if you rewarded them with fucking money? You know?
Right.
Do
But
you
that's-
imagine like what would happen?
Here's the thing. And I mean, I think this is where Republicans haven't like they've told on themselves so efficiently
So
that
written.
is when you pay people enough money that they can actually start to save a little, right? Then typically you'll end up with people in two camps, right? They'll either save so they can buy something big, house, a second car, a boat, whatever, like something fun, right? Or something like a house where it's like, yeah, let's do that. Or
Minor dildo.
they
Yes.
will start to invest it in local economy, right? They'll spend it on luxury items or high-end, like middle-classy things, right? But they will spend it in the market. Both of those things, though, actually improves the economy more than wages do. And that, like, it blows my mind that economists in the modern era are
But
just
they're just racist. It shows their hand because the data is right in front of them, and they don't
Exactly.
care, and they just
Like-
rather make sure that people of color stay poor. I mean, like eventually, like there's no other defense. Like you can't just
Right.
fight this. Like you're
Because-
just being a fucking racist.
Right. And because at the end of the day, what that ends up meaning is the more you start spending in the local economy, the more those businesses then have revenue that is taxed, which is then more tax base, right? So it's like if the people are making more money and you tax their income, and the small businesses are making more money and you tax their income, even if you want to exist within the current capitalist system, the government is going to end up making more money because they're not going to tax the corporations. Clearly, they
Nope.
haven't been doing it for decades, but they are going to tax the middle people, which that means, okay, if I'm making 80 grand a year, I'm going to spend more money, but
Yep.
that means you're also going to tax me more, but you're also then going to tax the people I spend my money at.
Yep.
Right. So like you're going to end up making more money off of me and my money than
Yep.
you are off of my employer who's paying nothing.
Well,
Yes.
again, like all this is right in front of them, and this is the problem: is that like you can't win with logic because it's not about logic.
Right.
It's something.
No.
It's a much deeper, more childish.
About who pays them.
Yeah, and I mean the thing, like, and eventually, like at this point, like they're going beyond. Yeah, like even their fiscal interest, which is what
Right.
reveals like the fucking
Right.
bigotry at the core of it. You know, is that like. Yeah.
Yeah.
U.S. Bank is wrong for dangling that carrot in front of everybody. I thought that was gonna be different, you know. And like now I'm considering a fucking career change where I don't even go back into banking, you know, like.
Yep.
And
The veil
all they had to do was pay me fucking $75,000. That was it, like in salary.
Yep.
That's all I wanted. And that's
Yep.
what I
Well,
asked
you
for
wanted-
going into it. Like that's such bullshit. And I'm
And
not.
you wanted
I'm not
everybody
that-
to get it.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
part
not
of what
that
you were mad about too.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it was supposed to be everybody. It wasn't supposed to be a little bump. It was supposed to be everybody. You know.
Mhm.
And they talked so much shit like it was gonna happen, and they didn't do it. It was the most bullshit I've ever been a part of. You know. And I'm so glad that people did get raises because I honestly approve upgrades for people. Like I'm not gonna be like just because I didn't get an upgrade, like that doesn't mean like I'm not gonna applaud somebody else for getting an upgrade. Like fuck yeah, like absolutely get an upgrade. But
More people should have gotten
it should have been brought way higher than they talk shit about. Like it should have
Mhm.
been should have been everybody brought to salary. They were like, "Oh, we have the best team in Minneapolis. Let's invest in this team." And they were like, like here you go. Everybody
Yep.
gets a couple bucks, you know, like I don't know. Should have been way better.
We need you guys to take on everything and teach everybody how to do everything. Oh, they're grade
That's
10. Make
that's
a bunch more than you,
yeah.
but fuck it. You know?
That's the second
Mhm.
time that I've been brought up to a higher professional level, and they changed the names and then made titles above you, and they're gonna hold those fucking titles hostage. You know, they're not gonna
Right?
give it
They're
to
like,
you.
we're giving more opportunity to eat my fucking ass.
Yeah, if you're here for 9 years, I'll give you that fucking title. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, give that title to people who are up and coming and like gonna do it. You know, like build a team
Yeah.
who shows up and like exactly what we've done. Everybody from ELC, SLC, and documentary collections, like nothing gets fucked up there. Nothing gets fucked up beyond repair. You know.
Yep.
Mhm.
And how much
Where
money
the-
do we like cycle through there? You know.
Yeah.
I know ELCs make more, and I know SLCs make more, you know?
Mhm.
But we all at least make enough to
But no.
promote our raises. Like, enough to promote
Random
those.
manager has a smarter idea
Yeah.
about how to fix what is already the best. Like,
If I would guess our revenue per day, it would have to be north of like 100,000, right? Or
We make a lot, yeah.
50 to 100,000, at least in that, you know?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
At
yeah.
least that, you know, a day. What are you talking about? There's no money, you know. That's a day.
Yeah.
200 work days. What's 200 times 200 or 100,000?
But yeah, exactly. Like
20
I'm sitting there fucking like
200 million?
charging fees that are like fucking like 8 days of work for me, and I'm like, I just did the work to fucking like make this fee happen. Like,
Mhm.
Oh, there's not enough money in the budget. Like, fuck
Yep.
you. I don't want to hear about enough money in the budget.
Yeah.
Like at least be honest with us. At least be like, you know what? We decided, fuck you guys. We're gonna pay the executives more. I'd have so much more respect for that. But I
Yeah.
guess this is part of the whole problem is that like they don't think we're humans. Basically, is that they have zero respect for us, and so think that like we're idiots. That it's better to just trick.
Yep.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
No, it's the most they drag us along the whole year. It's happened so many times. I hated it through Wells Fargo and I hated it through US Bank. They drag it on, and at the end of the year, they try to fucking deliver it to you. You know, right at the end, they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you didn't get it." Like on your way out the door too. You know,
Right.
you can't really fucking argue with them.
Have a good
You know?
vacation.
Yeah, see
Yeah.
ya. See you next week. You know, like fuck you, dude. It's so dumb. It's
Yeah.
happened so many times. Promise the
Mhm.
world and then immediately fucking pull the blanket out from everybody.
Yep.
So stupid.
It is. It's the worst.
And then they're like, "Oh yeah, you should have taken advantage of your professional opportunity." Like, okay,
Fuck the professional opportunity.
yeah. Like we
My
didn't
ass
all
is
just
a
show up
professional
for like a
opportunity.
year. You know?
Yeah. I'm not gonna fuck around. Well, you know, we wait for a pittance.
Hmm.
Well, y'all get like massive big buck raises.
Little
Nah.
north of $80,000 for a U.S. Bancorp employee, by the way, per
Oh
year.
yeah. Yep.
70,000
How
of them.
many meetings have we all been brought into to like do it like Minneapolis does, and we just like, yeah, okay.
Too many to
And that's-
fucking count.
And that's even being generous to them. That was doing solely their profits. That's not profits that they split with the shareholders. So it's probably close to about 200,000 as well. You know,
Yeah.
that seems to be about industry standard. Is like when you're a banker, you can exploit about $200,000 worth of labor off of somebody and only pay them like $50K.
Hey, Boone, True, and Alex and Greg, did you read the weed bill at all?
Read a fair portion of it. Yeah. You know.
Does it have to be? Does it have to be distributed in Minnesota?
Yes.
Very probably, yeah. You can't cross state lines. It's still a federal crime.
Yeah.
Well, they said produced. That's so you can't call Colorado for some help if the supply gets low or whatever.
Nope.
A business might be able to. There might be like if I read that, there might be a carve out for businesses to acquire product, but an individual crossing it between state lines would not be able to. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that would be federal, like a violation of federal. Now, like, and here was the biggest issue, like with Colorado and Oregon when they passed their individual bills. The biggest problem is the government, like the feds, are the ones who obviously control that. But the Department of Justice, right before Trump, because Colorado passed their law in 2016. So the tail end of Obama's DOJ was like, don't worry too much about this in those states. I think Biden's DOJ is probably going to start to be even more lax on these kinds of things, because it's like, okay, clearly this is going by the way of the dodo, and we need to maybe not concern ourselves with weed possession and distribution anymore.
Yeah.
But I still would, I wouldn't try too much too soon, essentially.
Yeah. Still got to be a little careful.
The
Yeah.
only reason I care is because the market's completely fucked right now because of that whole it has to be in state, and people try to get here and grow, but fucking it's Minnesota and it's 6 months of winter, you know. I mean it's all indoor shit, you know. It's gonna take forever. It's gonna be expensive as shit. So
Yeah.
Well, but if the law goes through in August, then I mean hemp grows pretty fast. We should at least get one, maybe two solid crops before the end of the year.
I think you underestimate how many potheads live in Minneapolis. That's just gonna be sold out in 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess again, I mean, going back to the fact that two of the senators or House people, I guess, who voted for it are from districts where they've seen pretty sizable downturns in other agricultural crops.
We should import from Canada too.
I mean,
that'd be super nice.
We probably could. But I mean, this year maybe not. But starting next year, I mean, I think we probably will have pretty decent turnout because, again, a lot of those places that were trying to grow genetically modified soybeans and other things that weren't seeing good crops and weren't seeing good sales, hemp is going to be huge, and growing weed is going to be a big booming business in Western Minnesota where they know they can grow those crops and make tons of money.
Yep.
But you're right. This particular year, it might be expensive. Starting next year, I think it'll be less so.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll take a few years before the whole market evens out. Every state needs to follow, honestly.
I mean, there are a number of states that I don't think will ever like bow to it. I mean, fuck, Idaho still has both a bigamy and an adultery law on the books. So getting legalized weed in Idaho is like a 200-year venture at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But given the fact that if you ever want to have a fun trivia moment, who was the first state to pass a same-sex marriage law?
Iowa.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And because our current trajectory on having same-sex partnerships in the country started because of Iowa. Of all places, Iowa.
Right.
I love
right.
it.
You know?
Fucking love Iowa.
So it's like, you know, we have weird states like that where, oh yeah, that's an oddity, but sure, okay, that could happen. But you know, then you have fucking Alabama and Idaho and Utah. Like, yeah, no, they're backwards as fuck. those are our Craplakistans.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Whew. Cross-eyed.
Oh, who did I just find? Ooh, I found Salahuddin.
I found that.
Can I request a stream wrap up shortly here so I can listen to music loudly on my last night here?
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Wrapping it up.
Goodbye, everybody.